In the United States, the term Election Day has a specific legal meaning. The first Tuesday in November, the date established by federal law in 1845 for the nation's general elections. That single Tuesday has anchored American civic life for over 170 years. The reason Tuesday was chosen reaches back to 19th century American life. Most Americans were farmers. Sunday was the Sabbath no travel. Monday was needed to make the journey to the polling place, often by horse and wagon. Tuesday gave farmers time to arrive, cast their ballot, and return home before the market days later in the week. A Tuesday in November after the fall harvest, before the harsh winter, that was the window. A general election is the final official election in which voters choose between candidates who have already won their party's nomination through a primary. For federal offices, the President, U.S. Senate, and House of Representatives, the general election is always held on that first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. That date, that Tuesday, that is what the law calls Election Day. In recent decades, American voting has changed significantly. Today, most states offer early voting, allowing eligible Americans to cast their ballot in person before the official Election Day. Early voting windows vary by state, but can open anywhere from 4 days to 6 weeks before that Tuesday in November. Millions of Americans now vote early every election cycle. Mail-in voting allows eligible Americans to receive their ballot by mail, complete it at home, and return it before Election Day either by mail or at an official drop box. In some states, every registered voter is automatically sent a mail-in ballot. In others, you must request one in advance. The rules vary by state, but the ballot itself is the same official ballot cast in the same official election. This is important to understand clearly. A ballot cast during early voting, a ballot returned by mail 2 weeks before Election Day, and a ballot cast at a polling place on Election Day itself, these are all part of the same election. They carry identical weight. They are counted together. Voting early does not make your vote count less. It simply means you voted before that official Tuesday. Not every election in America happens on the federal election day. Local elections for school boards, city councils, mayors, county commissioners, and local judges are governed by state and local law. They can be scheduled at any point in the year. Your school board controls your local school's budget, curriculum, and staffing decisions. Your city council controls your roads, your parks, your local taxes. These races are decided by your neighbors, the people who actually show up. Special elections are called when an elected seat becomes vacant mid-term due to a resignation, a death, or a removal from office. They can happen in any month, in any year, with little national attention. A special election in your county or state could be happening right now, and most Americans have no idea. That is why knowing your local election calendar is just as important as knowing the November date. Here is what many eligible Americans miss. Every election, federal, state, or local, has a voter registration deadline that falls before the election date. In most states, you must be registered anywhere from 7 to 30 days before you can cast a ballot. That means if an election is coming November, or otherwise your registration needs to be confirmed now, not the week before, now. The deadline arrives quietly, and it does not make exceptions. The right to vote in America was not always available to everyone. It was expanded through constitutional amendments, federal legislation, and the determined effort of Americans across generations who marched, organized, and fought to make sure that more voices could be heard. In 1776, roughly 6% of Americans could vote. Today, that number approaches 70%. That progress is the result of real Americans who believed this country was worth showing up for. Election Day legally, officially, is one Tuesday in November for federal elections. But American civic life does not pause for 11 months and then resume on that Tuesday. Elections happen all year. Decisions are made continuously. Communities are shaped by the people who show up in November, in March, in June, in special elections on an ordinary Tuesday in February. Every election is someone's election day. Wherever you are in America, your vote starts with your registration. Go to vote.online right now. Check your registration status. Find your upcoming election dates. Make sure your name is on the list before the deadline arrives. Federal, state, or local, every election, every year. Your community is worth showing up for. Take 60 seconds, head to vote.online, check that you're registered, sign up for reminders, follow us at Vote. I'll see you in the next one.